I'm back. Hello, guys. Nika here with your daily neuro nugget. Grab a drink. You're going to need it for this video because we're going to be going over some refreshers before I want to remind everyone about the mysterious black SUV that was mentioned by Inan Harsh. That being said, if you did watch the first live, please go watch that. I have coffee here with a lot of sugar. Grab a drink. You're going to need it. Hey, Nadine, she says, we're getting spoiled. Actually, the other video was not very long. So I'm like, you know what? Let's talk about Ian Harsh because it's very concerning to me how this topic about the mysterious black SUV was handled, or shall I say, mishandled by law enforcement. Now, we know how a lot of people feel about Ian Harsh. Some people said he was suspicious. He had some interesting conversations with some of the victims prior to. That being said, you guys wanted to know my point of view. I don't think he has anything to do with this. Um, I really don't. I personally think he is a little bit socially awkward. And like Brian Koberger, that is why he was being targeted in the beginning. And I am here appreciating, and actually, I'm going to go out on a limb and say thank you, Ian Harsh, for coming forward and spilling the beans, right? Because we know that he did an interview a while ago with Truth and Transparency. If you guys not have watched that, I'm going to send you there. Go look it up. Go watch that interview. It is extremely telling. And Ian Harsh mentioned that he saw a decked out luxury black SUV. Interesting, because who else has mentioned a luxury black SUV? Dylan Mortensen had mentioned a black SUV, right? So here we have Ian Harsh placing this mysterious black SUV at the scene, similar to what Dylan Mortensen was doing. That being said, we know Dylan Mortensen mentioned this black SUV, but then when she was questioned more about it, she pulled back and basically said, I don't really know. I just happened to see it. I don't really know. I personally pick up the vibe that she's not wanting to talk about it, that she is uncomfortable talking about the black SUV. But here we have Ian Harsh doing this interview, going balls to the wall basically and saying, yes, there was a black luxury SUV that I'm placing at the scene. And we have this vehicle coming down exactly where he says he saw one. We've seen the footage. So he was not lying. We've seen the footage. We see it parked on the other side at 4:30 in the morning, and it is driving back, right? So when you go back through the footage and analyze this black SUV up closely, we see it driving very slowly. And what in the world is a black luxury SUV with out of state plates? Remember, out of state plates doing in this area, right near the vicinity where we have a quadruple homicide taking place. Again, did law enforcement look into this? Out of state plates, and they're just choosing to ignore this mysterious black SUV. Now, if you go back to the Truth and Transparency interview with Ian Harsh, he mentions at the beginning of Queen Road. So Taylor goes to King, and then right when it turned onto Queen, it was like the corner of Queen and King Road on the right side of Queen as you turn left from King. And Lana says the street right here, basically Queen Road. So you're coming down Taylor, you turn here on King. He says, yes, right there. She says, so you saw it there? Basically, at the intersection of King Road and Queen Road. And he says, yeah, that's exactly where I saw it. So they're saying this mysterious black SUV is basically an Acura MDX with black rims, with out-of-state plates. We are not 1000% positive that this is an Acura MDX, but it does look a lot like an Acura MDX. I want to know, who is the owner of this out-of-state mysterious black SUV? Did they ever track this vehicle back? Did they ever talk to the owner? Did they ever talk to the person that was driving this vehicle? It was reported. And not only reported, but it was seen by several people. We have it on footage. We have Dylan stating that she saw it. We have Inan Harsh saying that he saw it. So who does this belong to? Is this a potential suspect vehicle? I mean, they're telling us, lying to us, saying there was only one vehicle. There was only one vehicle at the time riding around. Only one. It's a white Elantra, and it most definitely belongs to Brian Koberger. And now we have the footage. And now we know it's bullshit. And now we know there was so much activity. We have probably pew-pews going off, or suppressors, muzzles. We don't know what the hell is going on in the area. The point is, we have a lot of activity, and we have so many effing cars throughout the entire area, including this mysterious black SUV that apparently, for whatever fucking reason, law enforcement was just like, let's not actually talk about this vehicle that's out of state. They only want us to talk about what? Let's only talk about the white Elantra, and we know that has been a distraction from day one. We already know that the white Elantra, the white vehicle that is seen on footage, doesn't even belong to Brian Koberger. For God's sake, that took us like 30 minutes into this case to figure that out. Oh, you have to look at the roof. It's not his car, okay? We already knew that. But again, I'm just curious. Did the police do anything with this information? Did they do anything with this vehicle? Did they do anything with the footage of this vehicle? Did they do anything with the multiple reports of this out-of-state mysterious black SUV? And for whatever reason, the first thing that is coming to mind is when this retired FBI agent came on, did an interview on television and said, Steve Gonsalves is not the person that you think he is. Why would a retired FBI agent come forward and say that? Does Steve Gonsalves have anything to do with this mysterious black SUV? I mean, yeah, we have this white Elantra driving around, but again, no mention of this mysterious black SUV, right? I'm just going to leave this here just for fun. We know that Brian Koberger was not their original suspect, right? Starting to come together for a lot of us, right? Yes, that's right, Nadine. Barry Osh's parents had a cleaning company, right? And guess what? Maybe Nadine remembers, maybe some of y'all remember, the 4chan posts mentioned David Variosh's parents also having a cleaning company. And they went into detail about what took place at the crime. And now, 3 years later, a lot of what was mentioned in 4chan turns out was real. Isn't that concerning? Isn't that concerning? That a lot of that was pretty accurate? Welcome, guys. Who else is in here? Asman, what's this one SUV? Hello, Sleuthie Kitty. Hello, Carolyn. Hello, Danielle. Well, we are. I thought this was a blip. Hello. Hey, Rise. Merry early Christmas. Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. Merry Christmas. Early Christmas. Hey, Sleuthie Kitty. Catherine, retracted message. Kim says, hi, Nika. Hello. Carolyn, him and his chef knives. Mandy Johnson, Nika. This case just gets more confusing, yet I'm hooked. And again, if this case, if it was actually Brian Koberger, we would be closer to the truth, right? We would be closer to the truth because, again, more documents are being shown to us. More footage is being shown to us, although it's still redacted, still skewed. The timestamps are still off. The noises are still off. The trees are still blurred. But if it was Brian Koberger, if this is your guy, you have so much proof, why the fuck are y'all still redacting shit? I'm just Throwing that out there. Nadine says, I remember that chat they had with him as soon as they started to ask too much about that SUV. He said he got to go. He got to go. Isn't that concerning? Now, here we have this guy. Yes, he's a little bit different, in my opinion. Inan Harsh is a little bit different. He's not, in my opinion, a neurotypical. I think that's why people have beef with him. They're like, he's weird, he's awkward. I just think he's neurodivergent personally. I don't think he has anything to do with this case. And I think he was like, you know what? Let's talk about this black SUV, maybe for attention, or maybe he was just telling the world what he saw. And as soon as he started doing these interviews on YouTube, guess who came after Inan Harsh? They never bothered to question Inan Harsh. And then he goes and does these interviews with Lana from Truth and Transparency and the FBI, and fucking everyone is on his ass like, we need to talk to you. Oh, now you want to ask questions? You didn't want to ask questions to Inan Harsh post IDAHO4 when he lived right down the road. But you want to ask questions now that he's out here on YouTube doing interviews, talking about the shit he actually saw. Now you want to have an interview with him. In my opinion, they met with him for the same reason that you mentioned, right, Nadine? Because he was talking too fucking much. They didn't want another narrative being pushed. They didn't want anything being mentioned about this mysterious black SUV with out-of-state plates. They wanted only the white Elantra, only the white Elantra, only Brian Koberger. That was the only car in that area when the quadruple homicide was taking place, which we already know is bullshit. We know it's bullshit because the cops are driving around all night too. Were they fucking not? Yes, they were. And what have we heard Molly McMeth say? Oh, two cops were supposed to be patrolling in that same vehicle, but it was only just one person, which, according to Molly, looked like it was a redhead. Which means, where the fuck is the brunette cop? Where the fuck was Rosie? Where were you, Rosenthal? Where were you, Nathaniel? Where the fuck were you, Nathaniel? I'm out of breath. I'm hot. I'm very caffeinated. My veins are popping. Sorry. Let me catch my breath. Bechelegant. I think that's how you say it. Welcome to the first live. Welcome. Maybe it's your first live. Welcome, welcome, babe. Cookies Corner. Cookies. I love cookies. 420. Oh my goodness. Happy Monday. Hey, babe. Thank you. Happy Monday. This is off subject, but can anyone tell me who cleans blood with a vacuum? Yeah. No one, right? That'd be silly. That would be silly. Oh, interesting. Rice says maybe shot vac. Shot vacs are massive though, right? Rise. My brain makes me think that would make even a bigger mess though. Hey, Christy. Hey, Danielle. Nadine says, someone that wrote the 4chan, I think, was either witness or knew something that because a lot was said in them. I think so too. When we go back and analyze 3 years later, when we go back and reanalyze the 4chan, it's like, yeah, whoever wrote that had some connection to the crime or to the victims. They knew way too much, way too soon. Some of those posts in 4chan were like a day or two after the crime took place. It's like, how do you know what happened? None of this had been leaked yet. None of this had been shared by law enforcement. Right? Zep says, longer this case goes on, the more bullshit that's proven and made up. It's frustrating. Too many want to be psychologists. Brian, welcome. She's so refreshingly zany. Hello, thank you, Brian. Hello, pretty sweet pea, welcome. Oh, it's a play on my name, Shelly. Love your channel. Oh, thank you so much. But anyway, this black SUV, right? First of all, again, Brian Koberger was not the original suspect. When we read through the documents, there's four other alternative suspects that the state had produced, and then they chose to redact the names. Okay, the state produced those four suspects, not the defense, the state. So yes, there were other alternative suspects, and then evidence was there, and it was denied right before he took the plea deal, right? Because we know that he was very likely coerced, or had horrible legal representation, which makes sense because the Gonsalves said everybody in that courtroom graduated from Idaho's university, but their lawyer, which includes Ann Taylor, was also part of that. Thank you so much, Brian Rambles, for the $2. So we have the cops driving around all night. We have all this commotion. We have a bang. We have a flash. We have a black SUV seen by multiple people, seen in the footage. And they were so focused on the white Elantra that now here we have another SUV in question that may have never been looked into, okay? I want more information on this vehicle. Why was this case so botched from the get-go? Do you guys think that he actually, law enforcement fucked up this much on purpose? Or do you think that they just had no idea what they were doing? What I did find very interesting is that just like Emma and Demetrius's record, Molly's record was expunged, right? We cannot discount that. We cannot discount that. We cannot discount the FBI / cowboy looking guys that came to the house after the murders that got out of a black SUV like this one. We cannot discount that. We cannot discount the Skidmore case. Do you guys remember the Skidmore case? We cannot discount that, where they shot the town bully in broad daylight with witnesses and with an entire town that was quiet. The entire town kept quiet, where they still have not even closed the case. I know that's extremely unrelated, but I'm only talking about this to make a point. The point is that corruption happens everywhere. In small towns, it's everywhere. And most definitely there is corruption in Moscow, right? Isn't it interesting? Isn't it funny? Isn't it ironic that multiple people mention the black SUV? And then as soon as Inan Harsh goes and does an interview with Lana from Truth and Transparency, law enforcement is on his fucking ass. I find that very concerning. Was that the feds? Was it the feds? The feds typically drive black SUVs, right? I would love to hear from Inan Harsh again. I would love that. I want to hear his take. It sounds like he saw quite a bit. And again, when so many people have seen so much of what was going on, so many vehicles, black SUVs with out of state plates, and then law enforcement is coming after them looking like they're wanting to keep quiet, it's kind of pointing to law enforcement maybe being involved in one way or another, right? Is it the feds? Is it the feds? Because that black SUV hauled ass out of there too at one point, right? Do you think they'll reopen the case if the feds are involved? Just saying, just theorizing. These are my theories. These are for entertainment purposes only. Do you think they would reopen the case if the feds are involved? Let's be real with one another. Do you really think they would do that? Could it be Quinn's vehicle? Didn't Quinn's boyfriend have a black vehicle? I just wanted to bring up the mysterious black SUV from out of state plates. Why? Because at the end of the day, every day that passes, we have more documents, more footage, more things that we're allowed to see. And yet, no mention of this mysterious black SUV. no documentation that they looked into this vehicle. What in the fucking shit? $20? Ah! Can I buy energy drinks, pretty please? Thank you so much. That's a lot of money, girlfriend. Thank you. I feel really spoiled. Can I buy energy drinks for that money, please? I need it to function. I would love more energy drinks in my life. Or coffee, actually. I'm running low. Thank you so much. How do I live? I always forget to. I'm horrible. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. I always forget to hit the likes for the super chats. Here, a like for the $2 from Brian and a like for the $20. Thank you so much. Blake Hart. Anything I want. Oh my goodness, girl. Thank you so much. I do have to get going, guys, but please let me know your thoughts on this mysterious black SUV. And most definitely, let me know your thoughts on the fact that Inan Harsh had never even been fucking questioned by law enforcement. They didn't give a fuck about what he had seen, about what he had not seen. They only started pairing once he came forward and started doing interviews on YouTube. In my opinion, this is just my personal opinion, I think that they told him to shut up. I don't think that they want him out here talking about what he actually saw, because talking about a mysterious black SUV with out-of-state plates is most definitely going to skew their narrative, and it is most definitely going to have all of us crime sleuthers looking into law enforcement, looking into Moscow PD, and asking questions like, why the fuck didn't you look into this black SUV, right? So, Interesting. Thank you guys for joining me in today's second live. Please go watch the first live. Let me know what you thought about that. And if you can hype the video. It promotes the channel. Leave a like, leave your comments. Thank you guys for the beautiful chat and all the super chats. I really appreciate them. Pretty Sweet Pea, Honey or Lovey, that's cute. Grandma Roni, that's cute. Hi, Nika, that's a massive mug. Are you talking about this one, girl? This is my small mug. You should see my morning mug. It's like, for coffee, it's like this big. It's like 3 times as big. It's huge. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful night. See you soon.